My name is Dylan, and I'm from the Santa Barbara Middle School Teen Press.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Brooke.
I'm Elsie.
I'm Chloe.
And today we're interviewing
Sophia Pixley.
Jules Steelsmith.
Natalie Zabindin.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Could you walk us through a day in the life, or even just like while you're in this period, of a DP News reporter or a producer, whatever you do?
Okay. I usually come in really early. Well, not really early. I come in like 30 minutes early, and it always starts with news collection. So that involves like opening our emails and checking our emails. We get this thing called form stacks, where it's basically anyone can go to our DP News website, and they can send us a form stack that has like information, announcements they want us to shout out, stuff like that. So we take all that information from form stacks, and we'll put it on a Google Sheet, and we have one for each day, each week, such, and then there's like a section for what graphics we have. So someone sends us a form stack with like a overlay graphic, we'll put down, it has an overlay graphic with it. And then once we have a bunch of stuff on the sheet, we'll move over to our rundown, which is where the anchors actually write their scripts. And so we'll copy everything from the sheet onto a rundown, and then the anchors can write whatever they need to write. We can put in whatever media we need to put in. We put in like whatever order we want. And then once that's done, it usually takes a while. So that's like most of the process is like writing script and stuff like that. But once we're done, we print that out, and then we'll take our printed rundown and we use it as a sheet to call the show. And so we just go like story by story and the media and the countdowns and such. And so it sounds like not a lot, but like it's kind of a lot once you're like actually doing it in practice. But that's basically like what I do every day for the show. Do you want to talk about anchoring?
Yeah. Well, also while that's happening, we have people in each editing bay working on like sports recaps for the day and different media or packages that are going to be going on. And then, yeah, so all the anchors write their own scripts every single day through Rundown. So we find information through emails or Instagram or Student Square, Parent Square, and then we write, and then Jules will tell us to write lead-ins or lead-outs and fix things, and yeah, that's how the process goes.
We have, for sports coverage, we have people in our editing bays. We film sports and we do live streams, and they take the footage from the live streams and the footage from the games, and they turn it into recaps that we put on our show, and that's something that we really value, is having a media-rich show to make it visually interesting for our viewers.
Could you tell us about the most important lesson you've learned by being a part of DP Media?
I think from STN, this past convention, we learned to never settle. That was a big thing. And just to try to reach your full potential, because we know we can do great things, and Canes definitely push us to do that. So never settle for anything less. If you're like not wanting to finish something, just do what you know you can do.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I'd say something I learned that's really important is the power of collaboration. I think like it's kind of obvious, like when someone tells you, oh, you have to like work in a team, like obviously teamwork is more powerful than working alone. But I feel like in this path specifically, like it's so important to work with other people, and you get to build up connections. Like going to STN, you get to meet people from all around the world who are into the same things that you're into. And I think just like the power of making those connections is like truly life-changing. Like you can get job opportunities, you can like get I don't know, like you get so much experience from talking to other people who do the same thing as you but maybe see it in a different way. So like I think it's really nice to like broaden your horizons and stuff like that.
Will you tell us what STN?
Oh, STN stands for Student Television Network, and it's a convention that happens, it's a national convention that happens in different places. For the past 3 years it's been in Long Beach, and we travel there, and there's like different competitions at STN. The first day is called Crazy Eights, and it's an 8-hour competition where our whole school works together, or whoever goes to STN works together to make a news show in 8 hours. And it's kind of a lot, it takes a lot of time and collaboration. That's another thing about collaboration, is working together as a team, like everybody at STN. And then on the next days, there's different competitions on each day, and you can like sign up for whatever type of package you want. Like for example, I signed up for Arts and Culture Feature Story, but there's also like Nat Package or Human Interest Feature Story, or just like other news stories and such, and you pick which one you want to do in your team, and then you get a prompt at a certain time, and then you have like 3 hours to film, and you have 3 hours to edit. So it's very like time constricting, so you're just trying to create like a really great package with a short amount of time. So that's basically what SCN is. And then the last day is like they have the award ceremony, and like that's what we were talking about, the award case earlier. That's where most of our awards come from, is the SCN convention. So yeah.
What's a
How do I describe a package? A package is like a news story, basically, with like anchor stand-up, anchor voiceover, B-roll, which is like background clips of things happening. It also includes interviews, like people talking about whatever it is. Like, for example, our arts and culture package was about a thrift store. So we had like background footage of like people shopping and stuff like that. We had an interview with the person who owns the store, and we had like Sophia doing stand-ups and talking, giving information about the thrift store. So that's basically like what a news package is.
One of the biggest lessons that I learned here in DP News is that you're really never done. There's always something that you can improve on. Like in our show, every time that I think our daily show's like one of the best that I've ever seen, and I think like we have everything like perfect to a T, we have it perfected. There's always something that Canes and Dent want us to improve on, and I think it keeps us humble. And it keeps us from thinking that we're the best out there. There's always something that we can improve on. And the second thing is a saying that we have called "kill the puppies." It's not what it means. It basically means that sometimes you have to take out the less important things to just focus on the more important things, basically.
Thank you.
I kind of have like a follow-up question. This is more broad, but I'm hearing like a bit about conventions. How does that, how do you like start to prepare for that beforehand, and how does it like the convention affect you afterwards?
We prepare by our news nights. We have, we try to do every week leading up to SDN to prepare and like make packages similar to how we would at SDN, like timed, go out and film. And yeah, do you want to add on to that?
Yeah, I mean, we just practice by like going out and doing it, you know. Something that Keynes always says is practice makes permanent, not perfect. So like the more we practice, the better we get. And then I think like the lead up to conventions and SDN and stuff is really like, it's a lot of anticipation. So like, because the afterwards is like really, I feel like the afterwards is like, it's just really congratulating like on our work, and so like we can know like, oh, we did great this year, like we have so much. I don't really know how to like explain what I'm thinking, but like we do really well at these conventions, and we think like what can we improve on, like what can we do better, like if we don't do well, like what did we not do well on, like we can watch everyone else's packages around us that won, like if someone else wins and we don't, like what did they do that we didn't have. I think it's like a really great learning experience, but it's also a time to celebrate ourselves because it's such a big accomplishment to like win at a national level. And then yeah, that's kind of, do you have anything else to add?
So we heard you had a phrase, but if you could sum up DP Media in one word or like even a short phrase, what would it be, or what would you say?
Don't settle. Never settle. That's the main one.
I don't know, I have to think. Collaboration would probably be mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, talented. I think collaboration is a big one.
How do you handle the stress? You said there's a lot of time constraints and a lot of pressure for everything you guys do. How does it work? How do you handle the stress and that kind of difficulty there?
Getting overwhelmed by stress is really easy, especially in the time competitions, but I feel like sometimes you just have to take a second to like sit back and just see, like think about like the reality of the situation. I mean, like it's really important to win, but it's not like the detriment, like if you don't win, like you're still putting your best foot forward. So I think like when I'm calming down from stress, I just think like, oh, I have my peers around me, like it's okay, they're going through the same thing that I'm going through, like we just have to work together and get this done. And even if it doesn't win, I know that like I did the best that I could have. And so like I mentioned previously, afterwards I can be like, okay, what do I have to improve on to be even better than that? So I think like the way I deal with stress with DB Media is probably like similar to how you deal with stress like otherwise, just like taking a moment to like reflect on the situation, like deep breaths, calm down, something like that. Mm-hmm. Either of you.
And I also think we're around each other a lot in DP News. So going to conventions, like we're used to being around each other and sometimes getting stressed out at each other. And then I think we're able to be honest with each other and work it out and talk about whatever's going on that's stressing ourselves out.
I think a really important thing when you get stressed out, specifically in media production, is a fresh set of eyes on everything. when you're getting stressed, specifically at STN, the convention we went to, when you're editing a package and you're sitting down for 4 hours at a time and you haven't eaten all day and you're hungry, it's really important to just have somebody else look at your work. Because if you're watching the same video over and over again, you skip over a lot of mistakes and maybe like jump cuts, if you guys know what that is. If you miss a lot of mistakes in your work, so it's really important to have somebody else look at your work.
Thank you. What character traits define a well-trained journalist?
I think being outgoing is really great when you're on screen specifically, because you keep viewers entertained, and it's great when you're interviewing, so people feel comfortable and it's not awkward. And then also, like, hardworking is really good, so you keep going. You're not just lazy and not doing the work that you're supposed to be doing.
I think being able to listen is really important, like especially like if you're conducting an interview, like you want to listen to what people are saying and like respond to what they're saying, and you want to listen to your advisors, and then like I think that's a big thing. Like listening to what you've been taught is really important, and then just like putting it into practice, and kind of like Natalie said, like listening to each other, like getting a new pair of eyes, like listening to what other people have to say about your package. Like you might not always agree with feedback that you're given, but like it's good to listen so you can know like how can I do better, something like that.
I think that a really important thing that I'm definitely still working on is being humble. You can't walk out and you can't think that you're the best in front of everybody. You can't think that you have nothing to learn, because if you think that, then you'll never grow as a person. You have to know that out there somebody else has something to tell you and something to teach you.
Thank you.
How did you originally get interested and start like doing DP media and get interested in journalism?
Well, I took video production in 8th grade with Mr. Gorley at Goleta Valley Junior High School, and that was a really fun class. It was a lot less like real journalism, and we just kind of made fun videos on our iPads, but that's how I mainly got into it. And then I continued that in high school, going into DP News my freshman year, and just had a lot more fun learning, using actual cameras and meeting new people, interviewing. I thought it was really fun to meet new people and start anchoring with my friends. DP News just made it really fun.
I've been like making like home video like movies on like old camcorders like since I was really young, and I've like always been really into editing. I used to do a TVSB summer camp for video production. I don't know if they still have it anymore, but I did it for a lot of years, and I've like always been really interested in it. And freshman year is my COVID year, so I didn't know this program existed freshman year, and so I joined my sophomore year. And ever since then, I like found my niche, and I just like loved it so much. So I just kept doing it after that.
I think initially it started out kind of in elementary school. I liked like reporting on the news sort of stuff, not necessarily anchoring, but just finding the news and writing a story about it, more like paper journalism. I had like a really dumb newspaper that I started, and then I did video productions in 7th and 8th grade with also Mr. Gorley, and I really was interested in kind of the more techie side of things, and then I came into DP News, and I don't know, I liked producing more.
I was also the sergeant at arms at GV, so that was how I mainly got into anchoring. I did the morning news at school, where I filmed the show, just me talking, and then it went out to the school. So that's how I got into anchoring.
Thank you.
I don't know like what grade you guys are in, but would you ever consider doing this as a career or going into it with like into college with it?
I'm a senior. I'm going to college next year. I'm going to Santa Barbara City College, and I'm going to continue my film career. I'm also in IB film, and I'm like really enjoying both sides, like the more cinematic side and the broadcast side. So like I'm really hoping to keep doing something like this for a future career, most definitely.
I'm a junior right now, so I don't really know what I want to do, but definitely something in film or journalism. I'm starting to do some college visits, but not totally sure what I want to do yet.
I'm a junior, and I'm really sorry, Mr. Dent, but unfortunately, I've kind of always had my heart set on being a nurse. So I definitely like love this program, and I love videoing and everything like that, and I definitely want to minor in it when I get to college, but it's not necessarily the pathway I want to take for the rest of my life.
What is some advice you would give someone interested in starting in journalism?
I think just to try everything. That's really important because you never know what you like or won't like. So trying everything, learning everything. That's also a great thing going into college, or if you want to pursue this, knowing how to do everything is a great way to get jobs.
For anyone like going into journalism, I just recommend just going into it. I've had a lot of people like ask me, "Oh, is there like any like requirements to join DP News?" It's like in this program, you can just join from your freshman year, like any year. There's no prerequisites or anything like that. I think just jumping in and learning the basics is really important. And even if you don't have a program, like you can find anything on the internet nowadays. Like YouTube would probably have tutorials for like literally anything. I think if you're interested in it and you're passionate about it, then you should definitely just do it. Like, nothing's stopping you.
Like Jules said, yeah, YouTube is a very helpful source. You can learn to do literally anything on YouTube. But I think specifically in this program, they've made it very, very easy to get very, very good at this this field very quickly. Yeah, we have a video 1 class that you can join and any grade, and then it's only a semester long, and then the next semester you can come over into DP News, and the people here are very welcoming. They're very nice, and they're very helpful at teaching you how to do everything.
DP Media recently received an award on your video on fair teacher pay. Please tell us about what it was like winning an award for such a meaningful video.
Well, that was the video made by me, Jules, and Sophia in this class. That was really cool. I think that was really fun to film because so in the SB Unified, our teachers weren't getting paid the amount that they deserve to be paid, and it was a huge problem they had. Like we were protesting about it, so we had a student-led walkout during school, and we all walked towards Gersh Park, and filming it was pretty stressful. Like we were running around a lot, and we had to like try to get ahead of the crowds walking, and there were hundreds of students there and teachers, but I think it was really fun. And then winning an award for that was really rewarding because we know we liked what we put out, and we didn't really care if we got an award. It didn't matter because we were proud of what we made, but it was really rewarding.
Yeah, I just worked on the filming of that package, and I just remember when it was being thrown around that students were hosting a walkout, like I just immediately thought like, oh, I gotta make a package about that. Like it's such a big, important event, and like, yeah, like Sophia said, filming was really stressful, but like I think it really paid off in the end, and it's really amazing to like get recognition for something that you work so hard on. I think it's just really awesome to be able to receive an award for such an important event.
I didn't create that video. I'm very proud of them, though.
Like all the skills you've gained from being in DP Media, have you found ways to apply them like outside in your daily life, or are you planning to apply them in the future?
Well, like I said, I want to go into a career of media, so like that definitely helps. And I think also being in a leadership position in DP News is really helpful because like I do a lot of Girl Scout stuff, and I'm like a leader at day camp that we have every summer. And so like I think the leadership like here really translates to being a lead aide, because you get to like lead the other aides and you also get to lead the kids. And like also for Girl Scouts, I'm doing a Gold Award, which is kind of like Eagle Scout but for Girl Scouts. And my Gold Award is about shopping carts in like grocery store parking lots, people leaving their shopping carts in handicap spots. And so I'm making a PSA about like why it's important to like move your shopping carts and put them back so people can park. And I think it's just really applicable, like leadership skills, communication skills, even video skills themselves. Like everything you learn in this program is pretty much applicable outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree with the leadership skills, and I think it helps you socially a lot. Yeah, what you said, your communication skills, and I don't really have anything else to add.
Do you have anything to add?
I think it's really helpful. This program helped me get a few jobs to make some side money to help save up for college. I got a job basically being a social media manager for this company. I'm forgetting the name of it, but it was a I don't know, it was a company. I was a social media manager, and it really helped me get that job, and I was paid very, very well for the videos that I made. So going into it and getting jobs can get you a lot of money because people really value like video skills nowadays.
Yeah, I don't know, I blanked on that, but I got an internship with City TV in Santa Barbara, so I got to work with the city of Santa Barbara, and it wasn't like a super fun job. I got paid minimum wage, which is really cool, but just using my skills that I've learned here and to get that job, it looks great, like for college and on my resume, and it was really cool to work with those people. I mostly edited and helped them with their like live streams through their city council meetings and things like that, but it was really cool to be involved with the city like that.
Yeah. Thank you for letting us interview you.